Trevor, what you doing? What are you writing there?
Well, 2019, I figured it was time maybe to make some New Year's resolutions, some things I intend to do this year, 2019.
That sounds good. What are they?
Well, some of them are personal, but I'll share a couple with you.
I want to learn.
Number one, this year, 2019, I want to brush my teeth twice a day.
Does that mean you weren't doing that already last year?
Doesn't really matter. But this year, just want to make sure I have it written
That's disgusting.
down.
What's number two?
Number two, 2019, I want to eat 2 bananas.
Every day.
No, like for the whole year. Within 2008, I want to eat 2 bananas this year.
2 bananas in the whole year?
Yes, it's one more than last year. So that would be a little change that may go a long way. And then
what's this last one yet?
Number 3, buy my mom something for her birthday this year.
Trevor, these are not these are things you should be doing anyway already.
Well, maybe I have, maybe I haven't been doing them, but I'm resoluting this year to do them though. It's gonna happen.
I think you got to rethink your resolutions. For instance, I have one resolution only.
What's that?
In 2019, I want to get a new co-host for this podcast.
That was hurtful.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey guys, I'm Trevor.
And I'm Stallion.
And welcome to the Youth Room.
Listen guys, it's 2019 and we are super excited to continue giving you guys great podcasts. It's going to be a good year.
That's right. And actually right now we have an amazing podcast episode sponsor, and that's youthworker.com. And youthworker.com is a great resource for you as youth pastors. So maybe even this year as you get things rolling, go check them out, youthworker.com. When you go there, there's all kinds of resources like countdowns, there's mini movies, there's backgrounds, all kinds of resources for you to use to make your worship experience the best it could possibly be. Not only that, there's also articles. We have a few articles on there as well.
Check us out.
And those articles are really good opportunities for you to get some training and maybe some new learning for the new year that you can implement and make a difference.
So check those guys out. But listen, it's beginning of the year. We're in January still. And we figured all those resolutions that you made that you may have forgotten about already, no judgment here, we thought we would may take some time to see what are some resolutions, what are some things that we could do in our student ministry rooms for the new year.
That's right. Maybe some small little itty bitty changes that'll have a huge impact on your ministry to the students that come and spend time with you each and every week. So within the 4 walls of your student ministry space, here's a couple things you might want to try on to make a little bit of difference. Number 1, a little bit of paint goes a long way.
That's right. Tell us more about this. Like I'm not a big painter guy, but right. I know
I don't like to paint myself either. But here's what I do know: some of the youth ministry rooms that I've gone and seen different places look like the 1990s came and just threw up all over the place. There's like terrible colors, dark spaces, and so my thought is paint is a pretty inexpensive way for you to make a little bit of change, but will change the whole environment of the space that your students come and spend time in.
Yeah, it's really important to think about what your room looks like, what they're going to feel and experience. If you think of some of the popular places that we go and visit all the time, like coffee shops
or Chipotle, or
all these places have just incredible interior design, and someone thought through very intentionally how to make a presenting environment.
Yeah, so do some research. I mean, go to some of these places. Maybe you have someone in your church, maybe a volunteer who's an interior designer or something, and say, hey, come into my space and help me to figure out what are some colors I could change here to make it warm and inviting for the students who come and spend time here each and every week.
And then you should get all your students together and have a painting party.
No, you shouldn't. Don't let any students grab any kind of painting, anything for any of those walls. We've all seen some kind of youth ministry space where there's handprints on the walls with their names written on it. I mean, I'm not trying to judge anybody, but maybe it's time for something new. Let's try something fresh and something different. Maybe actually the room being the same color all the way through will help there being from distraction when it comes to worship or teaching or whatever else.
Yeah, and I would say one of our biggest don'ts is probably stay away from graffiti.
Yeah, no more graffiti.
Or murals and that kind of stuff. I was at a church recently where I saw their children's ministry wing was actually painted like Noah's Ark. And so the hallway had all these animals on the side and these wooden beams. And that was okay. The craziest part was that at the end there was a picture of the artist's poodle there with the animals from Noah's Ark.
Her poodle?
Her poodle, yeah, was right there on the wall.
So her poodle was not just with her in 2018, but also was on Noah's Ark itself?
Exactly.
This is not a critique on the artistic ability of anybody. This is just simply saying maybe the best way for students who are far from God to come into your youth space and experience God would not be a mural of Noah's Ark or something like that. Maybe keep a little fresher with some just regular taupe, gray, maybe nice warm colors.
All right, number 2. Switch up the seating. This is one of the ones that I'm really excited about. I'm very big into when students arrive to maybe just have something look completely different. Keep them guessing. Don't make it so routine that they know exactly what they're going to say.
Yeah, maybe you've had students meeting in rows for years. And so what if in 2019 they come in, all of a sudden it's a semicircle and there's a speaker in the middle or there's worship in the middle, and you just made a small little kind of change, but it's made everything feel new and fresh and alive.
And this is great because it puts the focus on what you're trying to teach and what you're trying to communicate. We did a series one time called A Seat at the Table, and we talked about putting long tables all the way throughout the student room, so when kids came, they literally could be at a table and experience what we were talking about.
You have that family feel for your student ministry. Maybe this too. Maybe you have some metal folding chairs you've had since like 1965. What if you got rid of those and you introduced couches or bean bags as long as no one falls asleep, or maybe some new padded chairs? I mean, change up the seating, change up the environment, see if you can create a kind of new, fresh feel for 2019.
And really the idea behind it is just do something different. If you have something already set, try changing it up every once in a while. Take out all the chairs. Let them sit on floors one night. Change up the seating.
Yeah. Number 3, hit up Hobby Lobby.
Ooh, love that place.
Here's what I mean. You can go to Hobby Lobby and spend just a few dollars and make a huge difference within the room that students are coming to spend time in.
Okay, Trevor, let me ask you this. If you went to Hobby Lobby and had like $50, what would you buy for your youth room?
Easy. A picture of a bison.
Like a big...
Oh, buffalo.
Like a poster size.
Or painting or, whatever.
Okay, see, if I had $50 in Hobby Lobby, I'd probably buy as many picture frames as I can, different shapes and sizes.
Okay.
And then print out pictures of students and like make a wall that's like student wall.
Better idea than a bison. Yeah, I mean, what a great way to make students feel like, here's some of the things we've done over the past year, and kind of reminisce on those things and feel like this is their space that they belong when they come spending time here.
And the cool thing with Hobby Lobby or a store like that is you can just walk around and just get inspired, get ideas of different things that you could try.
Yeah, there's other stores like this. Like IKEA is a great place to go.
IKEA is a little more expensive, but it's one of those places where 2 or 3 items that you purchased and placed strategically could totally change the setting of the room.
Yeah, or my personal favorite, TJ Maxx.
That's right.
Go to TJ Maxx, spend a little bit of money.
Prices.
The thing I love about all this is you can buy stuff very, very inexpensively that sits on a shelf or sits on a table and creates kind of a cool vibe in the room. But also, like at Hobby Lobby, there are huge things that you can buy that you stick on the wall and becomes like the centerpiece of the room when students come in. And so a little bit of money. You don't have to spend a ton. Go to Hobby Lobby.
And this could be true of your office as well. Spruce things up a little bit in there just as well.
If you feel fresh, you get a little more done this year too. So freshen everything up. Go hit up Hobby Lobby.
All right, number 4. Not my personal favorite, but Trevor, go ahead and give it to us.
Listen, what I'm about to say will change your youth ministry to levels you've never experienced
Lord
before.
help us.
Get a youth room pet. So picture this. Your youth room, you have a fish named Jonah.
Okay, so that's clever.
Or a snake named Eve. Is that too soon?
What about a lion named Daniel?
Or maybe something safer, like maybe a hermit crab named Mephibosheth.
Okay, so talk to me about this idea a little bit, like flesh it out.
So what a great way to make your student ministry feel like a family. You have a family pet that you take care of together. Maybe give some responsibility to some of the students in your youth room. They actually feed them. They take care of them. They clean the cage. Do some videos with them. Do some games with them. You want to make an awesome Instagram presence? Can you imagine watching Mephibosheth, the hermit crab, doing all kinds of amazing things everywhere?
Okay, I guess I like that. I'm just not a huge pet guy, but I can see how having a pet for the student room would definitely build that community, that camaraderie. Right. And I like the idea of posting them on social media and in different places or venues or events. And
small, simple changes that make a big difference in 2019. Get yourself a youth room pet.
All right, man. Number 5, what is it?
Number 5, spruce up your presentation software.
That's right. Software like Easy Worship, Media Shout, ProPresenter. These are all things that we use all the time that help your presentation look so much more professional.
That's right. In your student room, you could be using videos in your messages. You could be using graphics to communicate announcements and different opportunities for students to get involved in some kind of way. One of the best ways to do this is have a really good presentation software. Have a computer in your student room that really works well, and make sure that you're using it to change the environment by the things you're putting on the screen.
Listen, gone are the days where we stand up there and say, wait, what's happening next week? Whose house are we meeting at? No, have it done, have it prepared, have it on the screen, and let students take a look at it.
Yeah, back in the day, the way that we would communicate the good news of the gospel, these stories from the Bible, was always like stained glass windows. And they're beautiful in these big churches, but 2019, the stained glass of today it's presentation software.
And even just to keep up with the times with what our students experience of a lot of change, a lot of videos, man, use a bumper video, use an announcement, make something funny. And it can be as simple as someone's video on an iPhone. Shoot something, get students involved, and use that in your youth room.
That's right. These things are becoming so much more affordable, and it's something that we really need to move into and utilize more and more and more to make a difference in students' lives.
So listen, guys, 2019, we're excited. This isn't an exhaustive list. These are just 5 things that we've come up with. But let us know, what are some things that you want to see different? What are some changes you want to make in your youth room?
Yeah, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, share this with somebody else that could use it, and we'll see you next time in the youth room.